Where do you guys want me to stand?
Well, that's okay.
While our mics are up on that thing, so we don't have to flip them off to you.
Pretty much just stand just like this. So it's gonna work.
I'm good. Yeah.
If you can start off with your name and your position.
My name is Casey Tester. I'm the police chief here with the village of Doylestown. As many of you know, we had an incident that took place here in the village that affected a family, and I want to talk about that here for a few minutes before we talk about that incident. This is a small town. It's my hometown. It's Lieutenant Milburn's hometown. We grew up here, so many of the people that we come in contact with, we know them. We know their names, and this situation is no different. The family that's going through this terrible situation, I grew up with many of them. I've known them for many years, and they're really, really good people. So I just want to say, from the Doylestown Police Department in the village, we are terribly sorry for their loss, and our hearts do go out with them. I also want to speak on behalf of the multiple agencies that assist us in situations like this. Ohio's Bureau of Criminal Investigation was here. They assisted us with processing the scene. The Wayne County Coroner's Office, they also assisted us with our investigation, along with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, and many other agencies who texted me and called me last night, offering their support and their manpower. Those agencies know who they are, and it really does mean the world to us. Without resources like that, it's very difficult sometimes for us to get done what it is that we need to get done. But because of that, we were able to do that. At this point, I'm going to turn over the microphone to Lieutenant Kevin Milburn. He's the lead investigator. He's going to give you an update on what it is that we have. Thanks.
Can you just spell your last name first?
Mine? Milburn, M-I-L-B-U-R-N. As Chief stated, a lot of the family that we're in contact with over the last 24 hours or so are all friends of ours. So I'm keeping in mind, as well as I'd hope that everybody else would keep in mind, their privacy and respect them during this time. But to the incident itself, on December 17th, Monday, at approximately 3:25 hours, an officer from our agency was requested to do a welfare check at 201 Howard Street. A family member on scene there had indicated that they were unable to make contact with the family, and she had found a door unlocked or ajar at the residence. She began checking the residence and eventually asked for our assistance. An officer from our agency responded, began to conduct a search of the home, and eventually found one male deceased in a shed to the rear of the property. The cause of death specifically is believed to be self-inflicted, suicide. Therefore, the officer continued to search the premises to look for the deceased parents, who at that time were kind of unaccounted for. The officer continued to check the residence and was unable to locate them, and eventually found indication, a note per se, that the parents were possibly also deceased and located in a vehicle on the property. That was eventually confirmed. At that point in time, notifications began to the Wayne County Coroner's Office, Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and additional officers from our agency began to respond to begin to process the scene and secure the scene.
Are you giving out names?
I'll be honest, initially we weren't going to. The family has indicated that it is okay for us to do that. The first deceased is a Randall W. Weekley Jr.
How do you spell Weekley?
W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. The second deceased would be his mother, a Brenda J. Weekley. And the third deceased would be his father, a Randall W. Weekley. We refer to him as Senior.
Lieutenant, could you please give us their ages?
I don't have their ages right in front of me, and to do the math would be difficult.
That's okay.
But I can give you the years they were born. Randall Weekly Jr., born in '79. Brenda J. Weekly, born in '53. Randall W. Weekly Sr., born in '51.
Have there been some problems with the family, or heard from some neighbors? Maybe there were some issues with the son and his parents?
Nothing immediately leading up to this incident. There is some, our agency does have some history there regarding Randall Weekly Jr., just with some mental health type issues that he was obviously seen for, treated, released.
And that was over time, different incidents?
Correct.
Is there an 11-year-old involved somehow? Does he have a son?
There is a son, yes.
He wasn't there?
No, I believe the son resides with his mother in an adjacent city.
So Lieutenant, the parents were in a vehicle that was parked on the property, is that correct?
Correct.
And is there a reason why, up until that note was discovered, why that might not have been obvious?
Well, based on the location in the vehicle they wouldn't have been seen. They were actually found in the trunk of the vehicle.
Did he shoot himself, hang himself?
Self-inflicted hanging, we believe.
Is it possible they've been dead for a couple of days?
By talking to neighbors and some other witnesses, people involved, based on the attempts of contact by family, we believe that the incident occurred sometime Friday afternoon into Saturday. So that's our general timeline right now. We're still trying to piece all that together.
Is there any indication of what sparked this, or was it just maybe a mental health episode?
I think a lot of it has to do with mental health. There were some accusations that we have not been able to confirm with the family or anybody at this point. But as far as motive, other than mental health, that's all we're pointing towards at this time.
I want to be accurate, Lieutenant. Not disrespectful here for the family, but accurate. So the son, you say he hung himself in the shed. Is that
correct?
Do you? We'll contact the medical examiner at the coroner's office. But is there a preliminary cause of death for the parents?
There's some theories. Right now, there's still some conversation about whether a full medical examination is going to be done, whether there's going to be a full autopsy. The coroner, I don't want to speak on her behalf or without having something in writing from her, but she believes that she is confident in a cause of death, but I'm not at liberty to disclose that without her being here confirming that.
Had they feared for their safety because of their son in the past?
I believe they have expressed some of those concerns to family. Yes.
And they have extended family in town? You said someone had to fly in. Is that their daughter?
Yes. The next of kin, most immediate family member, which is a daughter to the deceased parents, actually lives out west. So she flew in late last night, which is, we just had the first opportunity this morning to meet with her and actually meet with her, release the residence to her, those types of things.
And so but it was a family member who notified you for the welfare check?
Right. The family is a large family rooted here in Doylestown. So the family's close-knit, and they had been trying to get a hold of the family for a period of days, and eventually went over to check on them.
Extended family, though, not immediate family?
Brothers and sisters of the victims. Yeah.
So there's more siblings than just the two?
When I say brothers and sisters of the parents, the deceased parents.
And was Randall Weekly Jr. living with his parents?
It was my understanding he had moved in within the last few weeks.
Can you talk about, do you personally know the siblings, the parents? Or?
Yeah, I do. I would rather not get too involved in that, but yes.
Talk about that also. I mean, it's such a small town.
Yeah.
You have 3 people in a town.
2,800 of us, graduating classes of 100 to 120. You know, we're all within grades of each other. So yeah.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, welcome.
Chief.
Guys, we'll be updating further investigations on our Facebook page. So if you guys need anything else, you can keep up to date on that. Okay. Thanks for coming out.